What's up, guys? We are live from the Brojo for another episode of the Takedown Breakdown.
We have Bootios.
We do. Wow, weird. This episode is actually... Yeah, we have something WWE related in our midst.
But we're not going to eat it on air, apparently.
No, not.
Damn.
We're going to actually do... There's actually going to be something a little fun. Like, it'll be up there. Hopefully we do different other kind of fun, jokey things like this. Like eat Bootios.
Unless they come out with another food-related product, I don't see us doing that at some point.
WWE fruit snacks.
Oh.
That was in FYE too.
Oh.
Like there's like Slammin' Cena berries and stuff like that.
Oh.
This is like a real thing. Like I'm not kidding.
Well, they also have those chocolate bars as well, I guess. But
yeah, no. Actually, I was thinking. I think another thing that I wanted to do was either like a taste test.
What?
Like blindfold and then like eat cups of noodles to like see which one was which cup of noodles.
Oh.
Like use like the super expensive ones from like the super poor people one.
Alright. Well, we'd already talked about this. So
yeah, we did have a talk. We had to talk about that, and we were also having a talk of like none of us are allergic to peanuts, right?
Not as far as I know.
So I was thinking about doing a joking M&M thing too.
Okay.
Or like different chicken nuggets from different.
Did they agree though? Did they actually agree, or was it just up in the air?
It's up in the air for some of these things, but you know what isn't up in the air? When this comes out, our first episode of What the Fact comes out as well. So that is a Zach and Gil thing.
And Kian with his editing.
I do the video editing.
And whoever is doing the color palette for it.
Yeah, so we might be having someone do some logos for us. So she's a friend. So yeah, go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
help us.
Yeah. Don't forget to check out our
subscribe to our Patreon. No.
The Patreon that doesn't exist.
Yeah. We have no Patreon.
Oh no! So like one of the people that I like to watch on YouTube called the Modern Rogue, they finally bought like their own land and property to like film their shit where they do like MythBusters-esque things. Like one of my favorite videos is where they turn a disposable camera into a taser. And like they're possible? Like, yeah, it is. Yeah.
Huh.
So like in my head, I'm just like, man, if we ever get like a legit office, I can just only imagine how it would be like. We probably have like WWE titles or something
in one room, and then anime shit in the other, and then a bunch of video games in the next.
Right, like, and then just like it just came to my like head. It's just kind of like the thoughts of like if that's like what we've had that conversation about going live, and if I was like if we go live, I'd have to like maybe deck my room out a little bit differently.
I thought we'd just go in the living room.
I know, but like that's also a mess too. So like this is like much easier to clean.
Who cares?
I care. Like, I wanna.
The audience will appreciate that we're being relatable with the messy space.
If I do this, I want to be very professional.
Yeah, but I don't know if the others will want to be in a crowded room.
I mean, it wouldn't be as crowded. Though.
There's 4 of us.
Right. So
5 if the intern.
Yeah.
Becomes a regular.
Yeah, but like that's the thing. Like he'll do like we'll have someone like work the sound computer. So like we'll actually have someone like work on the computer while we go live.
What do you mean? Like just
so the mic will be levels? Like, yeah. The mic will be there, and then like someone will be at like this table here, and we find like that's like the goal. Initially, by the end of this, is like if we ever do, if it's never like a big thing, but like things like tech, that extra tech that I'm looking at, things to like make things sound and look better. It's definitely on my list. But we have some very interesting news first. Controversial. As some people will say. We have just a variety of news that's like could be either considered controversial or could be considered like different. But the first news story I want to bring up, and this is just because I didn't want to bring this up in the video game news because like I don't really think anyone else besides me plays Tekken very much.
And because no one else besides us would give a shit.
So Tekken has for their 1-year anniversary edition. They've teamed up with NJPW and some of their characters have special edition New Japan Wrestling gear, and it looks really, really cool. Brian Fury's Bullet Club one. I don't know if you saw all the other ones. I just sent you the one of King, who you keep calling Tiger Mask.
He looks like Tiger Mask.
That's because he's supposed to be a representation of. He's supposed to be a parody of Tiger Mask. But
no, he's just Tiger Mask.
It looks super interesting because he's wearing. I think he's wearing the Kenny Omega style shirt, if I remember correctly.
Wasn't there one wearing a Los Ingobernables shirt?
Yeah, I think that was Brian That wasn't Brian Fury. I think that was
Let me go up real quick.
And for the reason I want to bring this up is it's super interesting to me, just because like I really enjoy Tekken and I really like NJPW. So like having those two meeting up and giving these their shirts are really, really cool. And not many people will know what they are. So
okay, yeah. One's wearing a Bullet Club shirt and the other, I thought that was Okada at first. It says Angel of something. I can't read the second word. Anyways, it's Japan inspired.
Right, and so like that's why I mean stuff like that has always made me super excited about like just I don't know why I get excited about it, but I just find it to be fun, and I find it to be like it'll be enjoyable in my opinion. That like I hope it like does something.
You can tell us all about it because you'll probably be the only one that picks it up.
Oh yeah, no, it's just all dude. It's something I really dig, and I think it's really, really cool, and I hope that like other people will find it really cool. So Squared Circle Sirens is reporting that the WWE assigned Diona Peraza.
I don't know who that is.
She was originally a jobber that's been doing stuff for the WWE, but like they actually I think put her on
in NXT.
Yeah,
oh.
And she actually was a jobber against Alexa Bliss like a year ago.
Oh. All right,
that's different.
Well, good for her. Good for her.
Yeah, I really hope.
Congratulations.
That, yeah,
she'll probably be fading into the background at NXT, but whatever.
Yeah,
a little bit at least.
No, that's very understandable. All right, so Steiner's do you remember Scott Steiner? Not Scott Steiner.
Rick Steiner.
Rick Steiner.
Yeah.
So he is still very petty about the WWE.
Why?
He's the dude with like the metal shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So. This is what he says. Can you go someplace and say that it is legit when it doesn't exist? How can you say it's legit? Oh, he talks about the WWE Hall of Fame.
Oh.
The creation of someone's mind. It boggles my mind that people care about being in the Hall of Fame when it doesn't even exist. Would you go to a grocery store but there's no food? It is such a freaking joke. It drives me crazy. I don't give a fuck. The Hall of Fame doesn't exist. Steiner then said, you can't visit it. I get so sick of talking about it because it's so stupid. People take it seriously. Some guys really just mark out themselves and think how great it is. It's freaking fake. It doesn't exist. Crazy people ask me that question all the time, but I give them the same answer. It doesn't exist. I think this is also because he's not in the WWE Hall of Fame.
I was going to say, the Steiner brothers, I guess, aren't going in.
Like, he's just very, like, he has had a very bumpy relationship with
so is Scott,
the WWE, so it's just kind of like
if you want to hear a proper response, and this came out years before Rick Steiner said that, go listen to Chris Jericho talk about the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm. Did he write something bad, or was he just...
No, he was just upset that there were hecklers one year that were trying to make the show about them. Basically, you remember that Connor kid that they kept showing on television?
Mm-hmm.
How he got, I don't remember what award he got, but he was celebrated at the Hall of Fame, and apparently there were some audience members, not the wrestlers, but audience members that were heckling the dad who was accepting the award on their behalf. And
is it because he's a kid with like disabilities?
Mm-hmm. And I guess they were just like, they didn't care because it wasn't a wrestler. And then they also heckled what are their names? They're the dudes that walk like this. I can't remember the Bushwhackers.
Okay.
Apparently they're also saying stuff like the Bushwhackers shouldn't be in because they're never were champions or something like that.
Right. Oh, that's shit.
And Chris Jericho talked about it on his podcast. So it's actually a really great listen if you want to check it out. Just type in Chris Jericho Hall of Fame.
But that shit's super shitty though to me, man. Like, right. You know, like these guys just, they're doing their fucking best. Like, man, it's like one of those things where it's just like, these guys are just assholes.
Well, I don't think they were allowed. I think they were taken out.
Were they?
I think so. This was back at WrestleMania 29, so that was back in 2013, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So this was 5 years ago.
Still, that's super shitty to me.
And I don't think it's happened since.
That's still, like, I don't know.
Well, yeah, it is. You know, and people were just like, well, we paid money to go here, so we should be able to say and chant whatever we want.
That's bullshit.
And Chris Jericho is like, no. It's like if you do it at a basketball or football Hall of Fame ceremony, you think there's going to be someone that just stands up and just starts chanting boring during a speech when someone's trying to accept going into the Hall of Fame of some other profession. And he then went on to say, I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember off the top of my head, but he's like, if you go to like a regular show, you can chant whatever you want, but when you go to a Hall of Fame, you know, like, this isn't scripted, this is real.
Right.
Because they have given up their lives to entertain us.
Right. And so, like, that to me is just shitty. Like, just, goddamn, people. Don't do that. Just, if you ever have a chance to do shit like that, it'll be a piece of shit.
Again, I think 2013 was, like, the only year that really became a problem, because I haven't heard any reports about it since.
So, we have a few CM Punk stories.
Oh, boy.
Oh, the court case is apparently going well in his favor. That's
right.
The one thing I wanted to point out.
All right.
The other thing is that speculation on whether or not what happens at the fallout if Punk loses the UFC badge. Booker believes he's going to go back to the indie circuit.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Indie scene. And Joe Rogan, which I don't mind Joe Rogan for most parts of his things, but like, he's a big MMA correspondent. He's also has his own podcast like we do.
Okay.
Which, like, if he listens, that's fine. Thank you, Joe Rogan.
I don't think he gives a shit about.
But like, he's not political, but he does hit on a lot of political charged topics. But like, his thing is like, he thinks CM Punk is a joke. He thinks that this should just be in an amateur fight ring. Like, this is just kind of a thing. That's the other story where, like, I don't know, like, just give it a shot, I guess. CM Punk got his ass kicked once, which not my problem. That was okay, fine.
I mean, they kind of rushed his fight though. Like, when did it take place? Was it in 2015 or 2014?
Right.
What year was it? Was it 2015?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know anything about MMA because I don't watch UFC or anything like that. But
you should.
I don't really want to. But yeah, to me they kind of rushed it because he doesn't really have that much knowledge of it outside. I don't know how long it took Brock Lesnar to finally get a fight, but whatever.
Well, like, Brock Lesnar, though, is a big person who is capable of...
Well, yeah. And CM Punk is like the size of Conor McGregor, would you say? Maybe a little bigger?
Maybe a little bigger, yeah, give or take. But, like, that's the thing. Like, I don't know, guys. Like, if you want to talk about, like, if you want us to see the CM Punk fight, I can probably pick it up sometime. Just let us know, I guess.
Personally, I think I want Punk to succeed. You know, just let him do what he wants.
Right, no, that's very understandable, and I can totally get that.
And if he does return to wrestling, I do believe it will be on the indie scene, because I think he said he doesn't miss wrestling for WWE.
I don't think anyone does. Some people, most people don't, from what I've been, like, reading.
Yeah.
Most people are, like, super excited that they no longer work for the WWE, which is, okay, it's very understandable. Like, if you feel like you've been, like, wronged by, like, a company, like, I totally 100% understand, and I, like,
you mean
agree
like
with
Cody?
you if you, like, what?
You mean like Cody?
Yeah. That's the thing, though. I kind of respect Cody just because he's killing it now. Like, he doesn't need...
Well, yeah, he could have been complacent with where he was, but he wanted to make himself better and show his real worth, so he left.
Right.
And he's gained massive success.
And that one is, like, one I can legitimately totally respect.
Same kind of goes for Austin Aries, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's going on I don't know if this is still going on, but the conquest for titles or something like that, how he went to all those different promotions and won all those titles.
Yeah. I don't think it is either, but, like, yeah. So, yeah, no. So then we go into the big news story of this week.
Is it what I think it is?
It is. So,
all right.
Enzo Amore released a video on World Star
under the name Real One.
Under the name The Real One.
No, just Real One.
Yeah. And his album is called The Phoenix.
Is it? I thought it was just a song called The Phoenix.
The Phoenix. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a single.
You're gonna buy the album, Kian, and you're gonna jam it forever.
Right.
He's not denying it, everyone. Thumbs up for Kian getting Enzo's debut album.
I will get Enzo's debut album, guys. Just don't worry. I will get it.
And then you can listen to John Cena's album.
Yeah, that too. Just chill, guys. Chill. Don't worry. We'll get that album. That album will be dope. It'll be hashtag lit. Hashtag lit. Mm-hmm. So, this is just very weird.
You never struck me as a rapper.
It's just very weird. It makes me very uncomfortable.
Because of what he was talking about?
Yeah, just a lot of things. Just the entire music video is just weird and just out there.
Was he supposed to be in the coffin?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, he's obviously trying.
Yeah.
But, like, how he's trying is not good. It's just weird. It's just weird.
I mean, in this day and age, it's so easy to become a rap artist.
Yeah, that's right. The Roshan Bros rap, the RSB Network rap promo. We have some indie rappers coming in.
No, we don't.
Trap rap.
Liar.
Very much so.
Liar.
If wrestlers can do it, the Roshan Bros Podcast Network can definitely do it.
No, we're not becoming rappers.
Well, we're not. We're just hiring rappers.
No, we don't even have the funds to do that.
We'll get indie rappers to come rap for us for intermissions.
What, are they going to have an 8 Mile battle or something?
If you want that, if you want indie rapper music to be our intro music instead, let us know. Hashtag Roshan Bros.
I don't think anybody's going to want that. Well, there might be a few. I wouldn't mind having a rap song be our intro.
Yeah, I guess. And I'd have to, like, hire a rapper.
Just a bunch of ad-libs. Just go...
Bleh! Right, no, I don't want to do that either. But, like, to be honest, though, it's just... Granted that the case didn't end the way people were expecting it to.
Because it got thrown out.
It got thrown out. There wasn't enough evidence. But, like, this to me is kind of, like, maybe not good for that. Like, maybe be lucky that, like, you weren't convicted
and taken to court and possibly thrown in.
Yeah. This, basically, to me, is just, like, not cool. In general.
I mean, like, he has a right to be happy that he wasn't convicted of anything.
Right, but, like, But
at the same time,
he also aggressively calls her a stupid bitch and things like that.
I was gonna say, this strikes me as a diss track, though.
Right.
At the same time.
But maybe not do stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm just saying, this strikes me as a diss track.
Like, maybe not be a loudmouthed asshole. Because, like, that's probably not the best
But that's his character, even though he's not wrestling anymore.
Like, he's now a real fucking person.
He's not using his real name, though. He's still going by Enzo Amore.
Right. Which is weird, because I thought the WWE owned that. So
they might. I don't know what's going on.
Do they not?
Personally, I just watched the video once, just to see what it was about. And I wasn't going to listen to it again.
It was just a weird video, man. Like,
weird video. The lyrics. The chorus.
Guys, I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you guys really enjoyed it,
if you want to check it out, go ahead. But
I was flabbergasted.
So was I. Enzo Amore never struck me as a rapper, even though he did do his own theme music. Up next, he's going to feature Big Cass.
I don't even want it to, like, go big or anything like that.
It already has.
No, it's not. It's like 90,000 views. That's not...
Isn't it trending?
I don't know. Was it?
On the page? I don't know.
I don't think it was. Like, it was not trending on mine. Like, it's not trending on our podcast page because, like, really all that is, and then there's just, like, other, like, pop culture things on that. And then on, like, my other email, there's, it's all anime based, so I really don't get stuff like that either. So, like, fuck it. Then we go into our we go into what happened at Raw, and it was Braun Strowman's versus Finn Balor. And, yeah, it was a good fight.
Yeah, until Kevin Owens interrupted it.
Yeah, because he's an asshole. And Braun won by disqualification.
Mm-hmm. No, Finn won by disqualification.
Oh, sorry.
He struck Finn first, didn't
Balor
he?
Balor wins via disqualification.
Yeah. Good job, Kevin. And now it's you versus Finn next week.
I mean, more power to Kevin Owens, I guess. Bleh.
What do you mean, bleh?
Bleh.
What?
Just in general, I don't know. Just.
Are you tiring of Kevin Owens?
It's not that I'm tiring of Kevin Owens. It's just like I'm glad that he's being more serious again.
No, he's not.
Yeah, no.
You see how he ran away? And then he got his ass kicked by Strowman later in the night? Just like Ring of Honor, just Kevin Steen is just like, what the fuck, dude?
Right. No, I just, I don't know. It was okay, man.
Package pile driver.
Then we go into Seth Rollins versus Jinder Mahal.
Are you just looking this up on your phone right now?
Yeah, my internet's down apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Seth Rollins versus Jinder Mahal. It was okay.
Yeah, it was better than I expected. I really just wanted Rollins to win clean so I didn't have to see another match between them, which I think is going to happen because it ended in disqualification.
Yeah.
You lucky us.
Yeah.
I was really afraid that Jinder was going to win when he struck him with the steel chair in the ribs.
Yeah.
I like how the announcer said, it looked like Jinder Mahal was going to win towards the end. I was like, no, it really could have gone either way because Seth hit a big move on him before he got the chair and struck Jinder with it, didn't he?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure because they were both laying down in the ring before Seth went outside and got the chair. But anyways, if they're... Hey, you know what I just thought of? Maybe they'll turn it into a fatal four-way at Money in the Bank for the Intercontinental title. Roman, Seth, Elias, and Jinder.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be good because Roman's good. Come at me, bros. All you Roman Reigns haters.
Nia Jax exhibition.
Yeah. Is she a heel again?
I don't know, because I feel like Ronda Rousey is supposed to be the face in this scenario.
Well, here's the thing. It's funny that Nia was, like, a month ago was doing this whole anti-bullying thing and saying, be a star and all that. And here she was basically bullying this jobber.
Yeah.
Like, just taunting her and just kicking her ass when she was defenseless.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, kind of bad timing here, don't you think? Especially after all that anti-bullying stuff.
Yeah. It was meh.
Also, Ronda's face when she... You know how she just does that intense stare?
It just looks like she's about to poop.
No, to me it looks like a kid that was told no.
Oh, I kind of looks like she's about to poop. And she's like trying to hold it in. Or like she's like, it's like there's a fart coming. And she can't like do anything about it. Cause like.
I never thought of that. I was always just like, that looks like a kid that was told no by their mom in the candy store. Like they came up to them and they was like, can I get this? And she's just like, no,
you can't have it.
And they just look at her like,
but why, Mom? It's because you're adopted. So then we go to Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt versus. Oh shit! I didn't even think about it.
Damn, dude.
Versus the Ascension.
What the hell?
And then there was a barbecue with the B team.
The sad state of the Raw Tag Team division. Everyone besides the Deleter of Worlds and AOP are jobber tag teams. And it's a shame because the Revival is still on that brand.
I like the little.
I like the segment.
Yeah, I like the barbecue shit.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that was very enjoyable.
And Rhino just eating the bologna sandwiches the whole time.
Yeah. The Kevin Owens versus Bobby Roode.
You know, I went back and watched some of Impact's footage on Bobby Roode, and to see how far he's fallen since then.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, the solution is simple. Just turn him heel. He's more natural in that role than he is as a face.
But it wouldn't be glorious.
He'd still be glorious because he got WWE is now mixed with the smart, quote unquote smart, like the smart mark crowds. So he'd still be getting cheers because nowadays almost all heels get cheered no matter where they are.
Unless you're a really good heel where people just boo the shit out of you.
Like Tommaso Ciampa.
Because you're like the worst person to ever exist.
Like Tommaso Ciampa.
Right, very much so.
Who is killing it in NXT.
Yeah. So I totally don't know. Like, I hope that
I mean, to me it was still a good match. Right. It's just, it's weird seeing Bobby Roode going from a pivotal wrestler in NXT to now just being like, what would you call him? Like a lower mid-card guy?
Lower mid-card, yeah. That's basically what he is. I
mean, you could argue he's had some success because of his U.S. title reign, but that only lasted for a month. Yeah, he lost it at Fastlane, I believe.
Yeah.
A month, maybe 2 months, and now he's just like, he's being put in the graveyard spot during the shows, pretty much. And then he got his ass kicked by Braun Strowman as well. We're gonna see Braun Strowman versus Bobby Roode next week. Wonder how that's gonna go.
Yeah, Sami Zayn's apology.
Was it really an apology?
No, it was really dumb and made me mad.
What are they doing with Lashley?
I don't know.
You realize how easy it was to book him, right, when he came back?
Right.
Just make him dominant.
Yeah. And
don't give him this weird angle.
Right.
Like, this is your life Bailey all over again.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of ruined. I don't know if mystique's the right word, but I'm just going to use it. It's kind of ruining the mystique of Lashley.
Yeah.
Because he was portrayed as such a badass fighter, kind of like Brock Lesnar was in Impact.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, guys? Stop ruining good things.
Were there boos like there was in London last week towards Lashley?
I don't think there was. I just think everyone kind of thought it was weird.
Well, the whole storyline's been weird.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you ask me, Lashley should be facing Strowman.
Right.
Because Lashley could have turned on him at Backlash.
Yeah, they should. Man, see, that's the thing. WWE doesn't think like us, Zach. Unfortunately, we're not the WWE.
And that's fine, because I feel like our promotion probably wouldn't take off.
Drew McIntyre versus Chad Gable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This was a match.
Mm-hmm. It was over pretty quick, wasn't it? Like, Drew just, like, squashed him.
Yeah, but it was actually still, like,
it was decent.
Matched, you know.
Well-matched match.
Yeah. That's what I meant, Zach.
I wonder... Is Jason Jordan going to return and save Chad Gable from them, and then we're going to get American Alpha versus Dolph and Drew?
That'd be different.
I'd enjoy it, because American Alpha was one of the better tag teams in NXT.
Right, and I kind of, like, well, what are you going to... Yeah,
and Dolph and Drew are killing it right now.
Yeah, what are you going to do with, like, them anyway? Like, you know what I mean?
I think it'll eventually, if they don't split up Drew and Dolph beforehand, it'll eventually get them to a tag team title reign.
Right. I mean, like, with American Alpha, like, they tried to separate them, and it didn't... It worked, kind of, but then it didn't really work.
Make Chad Gable the son of Kurt Angle as well.
Yeah, make them twin brothers separated at birth.
Oh, boy.
That would be funny.
I don't know. I just watched Chad in the ring that night, and I was just like, how come he wasn't given the spot of Kurt Angle's son? Because no offense to Jason Jordan, but Chad Gable's better on the mic, and his style kind of throws me back to a younger Kurt Angle back in the day when he first debuted.
Right, I understand that. I don't know. Maybe.
Personally, the storyline just shouldn't have happened in the first place.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fine for a while, and it was picking up steam until Jason Jordan got injured, because it seemed like he was going to become that entitled heel because his dad was the GM of Raw.
Right, and, like, it's kind of sad that it didn't go that way. Mm-hmm. At least I'm kind of sad about that.
I was too, because Jason Jordan's still a great wrestler.
Right. So, like, I just hope that they do something different.
Mm.
And that's all we can ask for. Like, we hope that it gets better. Now we go to the women's gauntlet match.
Before Raw aired, I saw an article that said the women's gauntlet match should be 2 hours kind of like how the men's was earlier this year.
No.
And I was like, yeah, that kind of worked. Except there's some that aren't really that well seasoned, to say the least, in the ring right now. Like, how new is Liv Morgan to the... Hasn't she been in NXT for a while?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Sarah Logan was on the Independents. But yeah, to be honest with you, maybe not 2 hours, but an hour could have worked.
Right, just a longer.
But the gauntlet match was kind of weird because they got rid of Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan relatively quick.
Yeah.
And then Ruby Riott came out, and then they attacked Bayley, and then she was eliminated like 2 minutes later. It's like they were just trying to push it forward, and they didn't really advance any storylines in that.
I think it's because like they just didn't know what to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you could have told some stories at least. Like, you could have furthered the Sasha Bayley thing as well.
Right. No, I get you where you're coming from. I just feel like that's probably why.
Ruby Riott had a great showing, I believe. She got rid of Bayley, Dana Brooke, and Mickie James before Sasha came out and won.
Right. That's always good though. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I don't know. Like, there's not really like that. The whole women's revolution is kind of losing steam, unfortunately.
I thought it lost steam last year.
You know what I mean, though.
Mm-hmm.
They try to revitalize it with like Ronda Rousey coming in and things like that.
Well, yeah, but there's only so much you could do when she doesn't wrestle on live TV.
Right.
And she doesn't really do anything except stand there and give you that stare.
Like I got my stuff taken away, or I need to really fart, but it's a public room, so
sure.
I don't want to do that. It's be very embarrassing if I fought it in front of the room, in front of everyone.
To me, the gauntlet match picked up around the time Mickie came out, because they were in her hometown, right? Richmond? Yes. Yeah, so the crowd kind of came more alive during that part.
Right.
And then Ruby and Sasha, they have good chemistry, as evidenced by their previous match. I don't know if it was weeks ago or a month ago, but they have good chemistry. So.
Right. That's just the one thing though. Like,
I thought Ruby was gonna win because she's kind of been on a roll lately in the ring.
Right.
First her outing with Charlotte, and then her matches with Sasha and Bayley. And then they made her look pretty good in the gauntlet match because she outlasted 3 people and eliminated them all.
That's the thing, like, WWE doesn't know what to fucking do sometimes. It just bothers the shit out of me.
I wanted either Sasha, Ruby, or Bayley to win. So
right. It just annoys the shit out of me that WWE doesn't know what to do.
Right.
That's the thing that just like really gets me is about them. Is that like they just like they have something going and then all of a sudden they just fucking quit it. I'm just like, God damn it.
Well, there are reports that Vince changes his mind multiple times throughout the day.
Because he's old and fucking senile. God. This just makes me mad.
You know what won't make you mad, though? Smackdown, which was a pretty great show.
It was actually a really good show because it started out with Samoa Joe and Daniel Bryan on the mic, and I was like, this is very interesting.
This version of Smackdown takes me back to when the second brand split first happened, when SmackDown was just destroying Raw as far as promos and in-ring quality was.
Right, and see, that's what I think gets me. That's like, that's so good, but yet, like...
It's funny because Raw was doing really well last year, and now SmackDown's... It's like they're trading off who's doing good.
I think SmackDown has to do a lot better, though, and this is why, because, like, they know that if they don't, they're gonna...
Lose the Fox deal?
They're gonna lose... No, because they're losing. They're no longer gonna be in USA, so they have to like prove that like, yo, we're still good, even though we're gonna go to like the standard network and things like that. So it's just kind of like, man, how else can you do that? Mm-hmm. That's where I stand at least. Like I could be wrong.
Yeah, I was skeptical about it after the shakeup because of, you know, how bad it was for SmackDown last year.
Right.
Which is kind of sad considering the talent that went over there last year. Like Kevin, Sammy, New Day, the bar stayed on the Raw. Never mind.
That's what I mean though. Like it's just kind of like, what else could they have done?
Mm-hmm. But right now they're doing great.
Right. And so like I hope that they keep doing well.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my hope is that they keep doing well.
It's again kind of like Raw is the more story-driven show, and SmackDown's more the in-ring show, if you like that.
Right.
And then you throw in 205 and NXT.
Right. And then we go into like they had like this standoff with Big Cass and Joe and Daniel Bryan. You know, it was a fun thing.
I wasn't home yet from work when that.
Then we go to Ty Dillinger versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Did this match only happen because of Ty's affiliation with the number 10? And because there's a last man standing match coming up, we have to count to 10?
I have no idea. Maybe. Who knows?
From what I watched it on WWE's YouTube page, it
Nakamura
looked
won.
pretty. It looked all right.
It was an okay match. It wasn't like super interesting.
Sure. But you gotta admit, Nakamura's killing it as a heel.
Yeah, I really enjoy that. Then we go into Naomi versus Lana.
And a dance-off?
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah.
But then we have this triple threat match with the New Day, the Miz.
It wasn't triple threat. It was a
Triple
six-man tag.
Six-man tag between the New Day, the Miz, and the Bar, and I really enjoyed this.
I got home in the middle of it, and
super fun.
I thought it was the best match of the week, possibly.
It was super fun, and I really enjoyed it a lot. So I think they should keep doing shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like then we go into Asuka.
We support the New Day with our
We
bootios.
do support the New Day with the bootios, because then Asuka versus Mandy Rose was an okay match. Not too.
Mandy Rose is being booked pretty good, like strong.
Yeah.
Like she was holding her own against Asuka for a while, regardless of whether or not Sonya Deville came out and attacked her. Asuka, I mean.
Right. I really do enjoy, and I hope that they keep doing good stuff with that, because then we get the final match, which is between Samoa Joe, Big Cass, and Daniel Bryan.
I was really hoping they would get a half hour, because we know how good Joe and Bryan are.
Yeah.
I was also really happy with the outcome, because I really wanted Joe to win.
Yeah.
And he won with the Coquina clutch, too.
Yeah, see, that's the dope part. I really enjoy this. I enjoy it a lot. So,
Samoa Joe is... He's killing it!
Yeah.
I love it. Ever since his feud with Brock Lesnar last year, he's been killing it. Except for when he had to take all that time off for injury. You know, shit happens.
You were all xenophobic.
But yeah, Joe's the last man in Money in the Bank. To be honest, I don't really think he needs that briefcase.
No, he's got a proper standpoint now,
Mm-hmm.
which is what it looks like. So then we go into 205 Live.
There was only 2 matches this week.
Yeah, Brian Kendrick versus Jack Gallagher. Brian
Gallagher.
Kendrick and Gallagher versus Kalisto.
House party.
Yeah, and you know, it was a good match.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was super fun.
Drew Gulak could possibly be on commentary once he retires from in-ring competition, because he's pretty good at it.
I hope. Yeah.
He's a really good speaker.
Yeah. Then we got Cedric Alexander versus Buddy Murphy, and Gah!
I take it back. This was the best match of the week.
Match of the week.
Yeah,
for
I
me,
take it back.
at
I
least.
forgot this one existed.
I loved this one a lot. I thought it was super fun, just enjoyable.
I doubted Buddy Murphy's in-ring skills when he first came over. Like, he was impressive, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I was like, I remember you and Wesley Blake in the tag team division in NXT, and you guys weren't really killing it. I take a shot every time Zach says killing it.
I find him super enjoyable.
He's great.
I found that match just super fun. So
Right.
like I just 10 out of 10. It was just it was a perfect match that like.
And for once, the hometown guy won.
Yeah.
In their hometown. Yeah.
So that's super cool too.
Right.
So then we go into NXT.
Yeah. What was first? I don't remember.
I'm pulling it up. Aleister Black's promo.
Oh yeah, that's right. Lars Sullivan just came out and challenged him, and then planted him with the freak accident. And the match has been made for TakeOver Chicago.
Yay.
Sullivan versus Black.
Yeah, hooray! That's awesome. Yeah, go team. Yeah.
Hooray!
I've never been so excited in my life about a wrestling match.
No, you have.
I really not. No, I like to sound like I have been. But the War Raiders in action.
Squash match.
Yeah.
Squash match alert.
I don't think it was that bad of a squash match, though, was it? Did you think so?
I just saw the War Raiders kicked their ass the whole time. That's all I saw. So it was basically a squash match.
Right, I understand where you're coming from. It was a good match. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun though.
But who can the War Raiders take on that would be credible opponents?
Jesus Christ and his 7 disciples.
War Raiders. But still, no, I'm just kidding. Too bad AOP's gone. That would have been good.
Then we have EC3 versus Fabian.
The top 1%, you mean? NX3. Anyways, EC3 won. Johnny Gargano came out there in the middle of it to hand in his papers for a street fight with Ciampa TakeOver Chicago. I think Gargano and EC3 might have a program coming up because of that interruption.
And how do you feel about that, Zach?
I'm fine with that. I like EC3. And Gargano's been having 5-star match after 5-star match, so we'll see what happens.
Do you find it enjoyable then?
I do find it enjoyable.
Well, I'm glad.
Do you find it enjoyable?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I do. It's very interesting, yeah.
What's next?
Then we go into...
Ricochet? Was it Ricochet?
Yeah. Nope, it actually is a women's championship match. Dakota Kai versus Shayna Baszler.
No, Ricochet was performing that night too.
Yeah, I know, but that wasn't...
No, that was aired.
And it's Ricochet versus Chris Dijak.
Okay. Yep. Interesting note, Ricochet deadlifted a 6-foot guy. Like, he does that Northern Lights suplex and then transitions into the brain buster?
Yes.
He deadlifted him.
See, that's very impressive, though. I gotta give the dude props for that.
You want to know what else is impressive? You know how guys do that plancha to the outside?
Yeah.
He did that to get in Velveteen Dream's face, but he landed on his feet and just walked up to him and just stared him down.
Did he really?
Mm-hmm. It was really cool.
That was actually super pretty hardcore.
It was really cool.
Wow, I recommend that, guys.
And Ricochet's 630 senton is still pretty great.
I was wrong. You were right, Zach. I'm sorry. Then we go to Shayna Baszler.
You don't get Bootios anymore.
I don't know if that's how that works.
And it's Baszler, by the way.
Baszler, whatever.
She's from Sioux Falls.
Yes, she is.
I don't know why I put on a southern accent for that.
Because apparently Zach thinks that we're hicks.
No, I don't.
So if you're from Northwest Iowa or South Dakota...
I live in Northwest Iowa. I know we're not hicks.
Zach thinks you're a hick.
We're not hicks.
Zach definitely thinks you're a hick.
No,
guys.
I don't.
Let that sink in. Zach definitely thinks you're rednecks, and you guys don't deserve to be happy.
That's such a lie. Don't listen to this man. He's not getting Bootios anymore because of that statement.
So that's been the Takedown Breakdown.
We didn't even talk about it.
It was an okay match.
You're not going to talk about the end, though? When Nikki Cross came out? And
yeah.
Quote-unquote won the NXT title from her?
Yeah. Tension.
It was great.
It was okay.
It was entertaining. Nikki Cross is crazy.
I found it to be fun, yeah.
Yeah. And now that's the end of the Takedown Breakdown.
Thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you guys want. You don't have to.
No pressure.
No one's making you. I really don't. I mean, if you like listening to us, that'd be the way to support us. But if you don't, that's fine. I'm not gonna hate you. Later.
Bye.